Good afternoon. Good evening. Buenas tardes. Hola. How are we doing? I just going for a little hike. It's hot. 30 plus, 32, 33, 34, 35. I don't know what it is. I'm just loving it. I'm loving it. It's like I'm soaking up all the oxygen, beautiful oxygen from the trees, and just getting that bit D, and oh God, I need this. It's lovely. How are we doing? This message isn't for everyone. Click off. Right now, if you are not feeling like you're being ripped away from your old identity, click off now. This isn't for you. This is for those of you that are stepping into unknown territory. This is for those of you that were made to believe that the spiritual journey was also Zen, and it was also mountaintops and yogas and retreats and all yummy. This is for those of you that are realizing, shit, I've started, now I can't stop. I didn't realize it was going to be so hard. Breathe. Just breathe with me. Just breathe with me while I'm in the woods. Breathe. Count for 4 in. Hold. 4 release. Let's do that again. Breathe in. Out the mouth or the nose. Sometimes I find breathing out of the mouth, exhaling out of the mouth, is less comforting than exhaling out of the nose. So sometimes what I do when I'm sat in a breath session, before I start to meditate, in stillness, in silence, I try both and I see which one's right for me that day. Nothing's wrong, doesn't matter, it's how it makes you feel. Which one makes you kind of go, the most? That's what I trust, that's what I go with. Sometimes it's the breath out of the mouth, sometimes it's the breath out of the nose. So I wanted to share this because I have just within 1 week, honestly, I come to Ibiza because I just love it. When I come to Ibiza, what I want you guys to understand is I don't come to Ibiza to kind of have a holiday in Ibiza. When I come to Ibiza, I live in Ibiza. Does that make sense? It's like I'm just not at home, but I'm doing everything the same, but 20 million times better, obviously, because of the weather, the sea, the experiences that I get to kind of do here. But fundamentally, I'm living a life in Ibiza. I'm not experiencing Ibiza as a holiday. So it's not like, right, I've got to do Ushuaia, I've got to do, the Hard Rock, I've got to do High, I've got to do DC-10, I've got to do Pasha, I've got to go to all the different colours, I've got to squeeze it in, It's not like that. It's like I live like I would, but 20 million times better than I'm in the UK. So, like, I want to go out dancing. I go out once a week, just like I would if I was in the UK. And I just choose where I want to go with what feels right. So I work here. So just to clear that up for anybody, I bring my business here. I create content here. I work here. I have clients that I do on Zoom here. You see, and I've been doing this, for those of you who are new, since 2021, since July 2021. In August 2020, the 1st of August 2020, I created my business, and it's evolved over the years. And one of my dreams was to be able to create a free flowing life full of freedom and mind-blowing financial levels of abundance. And within 11 months, I created a multi-six-figure business. And then the nervous system kicked in, dysregulated from the mind, and it's been an up and down roller coaster ever since, which I've never given up on. And throughout that journey, I have ascended in ways that surpass my wildest dreams, and I'm so not that person that created that business then, thankfully, because she worked her backside off, burnt herself out to the bone, and was still also, as well as building the business and creating the content and looking like she was creating the life of Riley, because there was a blue sky, because there was a beach at the end of the day. What you didn't see was the hard work that went with that, the back-to-back, peeing in between clients, barely being able to eat, running down to get dinner, hoping that the restaurant where I stayed hadn't closed, you know. I don't regret any of it. I learned so much from it, and I met some lovely people from it. But in the January of 2021, when I had no business at all to even think of, I was just creating content. I didn't even really understand I was creating a global platform. I used to say to my mate Rob, who I used to go running with, and my mate Clay, who I used to go running with, I'd be like, I want to take my business to Ibiza, and I felt like the most delusional fuckwit. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Stunning, she looks stunning. I'm sweaty as fuck. I'm going out later, I'll be all nice. You know when you just feel like Lady in the Tramp. I shouldn't say that. It's just because I've just been hiking, that's all. But I felt delusional. I felt so delusional. I didn't have clients, I didn't have money, I didn't have anything. And yet I didn't give up on speaking in what I wanted. And on those days that I found it really, really difficult, when I was like, oh God, you know, money's running out. Oh God, shit. Not going back there, not going back to that hellhole of a life of the corporate trapped matrix world of programming. And thankfully, I had all the right tools in the box to make sure that didn't happen. And God, the universe, granted me my wishes, which were incredible. And I've now been able to take my business all over the world. I can take it all over the world. But sometimes people think, because there's a blue sky and there's a beach, which I'm not going to take you to. It's Sunday. I've had today off-ish. Obviously, I'm recording this now. And it's quite busy, actually. But this is my beach, and I love it. This is the one that I come most mornings and do my yoga on the rocks. And if there's no one on the rocks, I'll take you there. So yeah, this week I've had, whenever I come to Ibiza, I think, yes, get in. I'm going to be in Ibiza. It's going to be fucking amazing. I'm going to do all these amazing things, and I'm going to have beautiful clients. But there's always this fundamental, deeper belief within that's like, because the pattern's there, and it's the best place, really. Come on, let's face it. If you're going to spiritually ascend, if you're going to be ripped away from your old identity to create a new identity, I mean, let's face it. You want to be in nature. What better place to be than Ibiza? Let's face it. So I'm going to take you on the rocks if I can. It's quite busy, so I'll try not to get people in. But so I've had 2 huge spiritual ascensions within the space of 7 days. And yesterday, so the first one was about me being enough without having to prove myself, get validation from anybody, or anything. These are my views. So this up there, that's where I do my yoga in the mornings. It's a very spiritual platform apparently. There was loads of ladies doing, I'm not going to go up there, I'm going to head back because I need to get ready to go out. Promised my mate I wasn't going to stink. We're going to go for ice cream, cake and a beer. So I love this colour. It means a lot to me. Anyway, so so the first one was last week where I was triggered into going back to that old kind of chaser mode, and I was like, flip. But I felt internally this doesn't feel good at all. Hola, little boy, sweet. Anyway, and then yesterday's, my God, I literally was beside, I felt like quite beside myself, you know, where you're doing everything to kind of remain calm and, you know, and I did my stand-up paddleboarding. If you don't follow me on my personal Insta page, it's Natalie __dance, that's right, DANCE as in dancing. And there's somebody pumping up a supboard. And I was on my paddleboard and I was finding it really difficult. Like I couldn't bloody get out of the colour. And I stand up. I've been on in paddling in winds that are like, I felt like I was going to slam into a bloody yacht. You know, and I've been able to control it and stand up, and I couldn't control it. But I went for this, I couldn't control it, and so in the end, I just decided to not control it. I just thought, right, okay, we're just going to keep circling around a few times to see if the wind kind of drops, because it was coming from both directions. It's like there wasn't a respite. If I went right, it was there. If I went left, it was there. It was like the waves were crossing each other from all directions, and my board was just being blown around. And obviously, I'm super safe, but I couldn't get out. I couldn't physically get out of the colour. And then I just said to myself, well, what does it matter if you don't drop? If you drop to your knees, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you failed. And then you'll be able to get round a lot easier, even if the wind is there. I had a lot of stuff on the board and I didn't want to fall in. Not that I care about falling in, but I just didn't want to fall in. I had like a wrist thing on, I had my watch on, I had my phone around me, and in a plastic wrap bag. But anyway, so I went down on my knees, just paddling away, and I got through it. I got around, and it just felt amazing. And it's like, then I'm getting all these downloads because I'm in this silence. I'm getting all these downloads of, what if you stop fighting the fear that you're holding on to? I'm thinking, I'm not holding on to fear. And then it was, well, what if you stop trying to control every outcome and just let it be, and just, you want what you want, just let it be. And I thought, well, I do, don't I? And I sat in a lot of silence, kind of going through that. And I then went and had an Aperol Spritz, because I love my Aperol Spritzes. And the car's going a stupid music. I think I might have been holding up traffic. Anyway, sorry. So I had a couple of Aperol spritzes and I just sat there, just scripting, just trying to get stuff out of my head. And then I realised I was scared, actually. I wasn't just scared. I was petrified, and I've never had anybody, no word of a lie, I have never had anybody to support me whenever I've shown up saying something is going on and I don't really know what to do. I'm not one of these like negative, moany people at all, not at all. Sometimes we all need that extra hand-holding, don't we? We need to know we're being held. And I just suddenly started thinking, I don't allow myself to be held. I don't allow myself to be held. But I deserve to be held. Like, where I stay in Ibiza, like, they can't do enough for me. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, the other day, I said, my phone has run out of, not my phone, my toothbrush has run out of the charge, and my charge doesn't work in the plugs. And do you know where I could get, a plug from that would then work with my toothbrush charge? And they're like, oh, no, don't maybe Ibiza Town. I was like, okay, I'll go to Ibiza Town, it's fine. I was thinking I'll just get a manual one, so I let it go. Sorry. It's really hot. It's a big hill. And there's a car coming. And a few hours later, I was just laid by the pool. And they came up to me and said, try this charger, this will work. And it was an actual toothbrush charger, a European toothbrush charger. I have no idea where it came from, but it worked. And now my toothbrush is charged. I mean, it's like that level of people going over and above. It's just incredible. But I realised I never allowed myself to be fully held, because it wasn't like I did it purposefully, but I'd never been held, not consistently. I'd never been fully protected in my entire life, never. And I know when it comes to like everyone is you pushed out, what we dominantly think, feel and seem to be true, consciously or subconsciously we attract, of course. But it doesn't mean that what has been buried, listen to this, please. This doesn't mean that what's been buried inside of you is your fucking fault. And it doesn't mean that you have to have these people in your life. So it doesn't, you don't. Guess what? You get to choose. If you want somebody in your life to show up differently, then great. You become the change that they then align to. If you want new people in your life, you don't want the old stuff, great. You become the version of you that then lets them go so you can have what it is that you want. And that might mean going through some silence. That might mean going through you being on your own and not having anyone for a while, strengthening you, conditioning you to become the version of you that loves themselves so much that you not only think highly of yourself, therefore you attract that back, but you will never, ever allow anything less and settle for anything or anyone less ever again. That's a job, money, family members, so-called friends, bosses, work colleagues, how you think about yourself, your hairdresser, your accountant, your support team, whatever that looks like for you. Look at it. You don't have to settle. For me, if you don't get your roots done for a long time, sod it. Don't worry. Because isn't it better to not get your roots done by somebody that isn't worthy of you than to save it to get your roots done by somebody that is? This is what I think. People are only reflecting you back to you, obviously, but it doesn't mean that it's right. And what they're reflecting isn't yours. It's the experiences that you were brought up to believe that were your experiences. It's the treatment that you were brought up to believe that it was because of you. And it's not, I promise you, it's not you. So, I'm so sorry about the heavy breathing. Make a good dirty phone call. In it. Don't do that. Don't comment on that. So, although it did remind me of, what's that film? Valentine's Day. The girl from The Devil Wears Prada. She does all the phone sex to make some extra bucks. It's hilarious. I haven't seen the film. It's pretty funny. Love it. So, walking back home now. As someone described this as on my YouTube, the dirt track. So, it feels like when you are kind of finally able to go, like I was finally able to go, I was walking up a hill from Calavadea and I just went, I am scared and I'm going to own it. I'm going to own the fact that I'm scared. I'm going to own the fact that I'm shit scared of not knowing how things are going to work out. I'm going to own it. And do you know what happened? The minute I took my power back from the fear that had been controlling me, guys, ever since I decided I wanted something different in my business for nearly 3 years, I didn't know it was there. And this is me then using, without having to dive into each of the modules, using the modules of the Healed Heart Blueprint. And also I've got this support now where I can finally, there's a guy walking down towards me. Oh, he's all right. I think he might be going to the toilet. Anyway, we just head down, carry on. So, you know, it's like I was holding on to fear, holding on to what could happen. And I didn't know I was doing it because it was so ingrained. Hola, is you okay?
Hola, no.
Vale? I don't know what he's looking for. Anyway, clearly not the toilet in the bush. So, nearly at the top. Heavy breathing will stop. So, it was so ingrained my entire life that I've had the inconsistencies and the fear of having to do everything alone, whilst thinking that I was being protected and supported. I wasn't. And so I chose to keep, over the years, and I saw people's reactions whenever I would show up vulnerably, I would get shot down, pushed away, condemned, punished, rejected. However, my mind decided to see it as that's what happened. And so I chose every day to just wake up, just go, no, this is okay. I've got this. I can do this. And the truth is, I gave it a good shot. The universe was like, well done. You did a really good game there of pretending unintentionally that you held the cards, that you were right, Jack. And I just went, I'm scared. I said it out loud on this walk. I was like, I need some fucking help. I'm fucking sick of doing life on my fucking own. I need some fucking proper help and fucking support. I did. And then I went, oh, I feel okay. In that moment where I faced the fear and went, yes, this is my truth. I faced the 3D. I went, yes, you are fucking scaring the fuck out of me. And I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm exhausted from it. And I'm going to admit that you are scaring me. And I need help. Literally, I went, I felt amazing. I want you to own that emotion. This is really like what we do through the Be Love program. We look at digging up the emotions, the negative emotions, the anger, sadness, fear, hurt, shame, guilt, and we own it, and we get to the root of why it's there, and we get to uncover it. And you can do that on your own in the Be Love program. You can do it with me. You can do it as a combo, as a breakthrough, the ultimate arrival, with me supporting you and guiding you through it. You can do it, like I said, on your own. But we have to accept that it's there. And before you say anything, so I was trained to become a therapist. I was trained by a trainer. And the Be Love is the program, which is absolutely phenomenal. So I've literally been kind of doing most of my own healing myself, which has really, really worked. And I see these little bits here as just the dusting off bits. That if obviously I'd had a trained neurotransformation therapist working with me, would have been different. So I'm just going to sit down and get some water. So actually I'll just show you my views. That's my table there as well. Views. So I normally eat dinner. Depends if the sun's up in the rooftop's too hot this time of day. So I just getting my water. I owned it. I owned the fear. I went, yep, I see you, I recognise you, and you have scared me, and I'm scared, and I need some help. And I nearly went straight home, and there was this lovely bar that I hadn't been to, which I'm going to go to later actually. As I finished walking and was getting to my car, so I decided to park my car quite far away from where I was so I could get some walking in, because I just love it. And I just take my t-shirt off, it's soaking. And I decided to sit down and have a drink. And I thought, oh, I'll just check my emails. And I had a few different emails from clients, just asking a couple of questions before they invested in like my really big programs. What I did forget to tell you is when I was walking down to Calafadea before I did my stand-up paddleboard, I saw 888 on a number plate. And the 888 is about abundance, it's about alignment, it's about balance, whether that's in love, coming in, relationships getting stronger, money, abundance, success. That's what 888 kind of from a spirituality perspective means. And I took a picture of it, and then obviously I sat down and I had a drink, and I checked my emails, and I was just like, it's not like people were looking to invest in the Collective Unlimited, which is incredible, but they were looking to invest in the bigger programs. And I literally just had these silent tears of relief because I'd finally let go to allow myself to be held by facing the fear, by saying, I see you, I recognize you, and you've been controlling me and hurting me all this time, and I'm not allowing it anymore because I need help, and I'm going to get the help that I need. Not just to help me have a better life, but then it will end up helping you guys as well. Like this video. I'm the blueprint. And I've got this coaching, spiritual reading, coaching help that I'm having with this lovely lady from Australia. And I literally I had these silent tears, and everybody, like all these Spanish people around me, they come up to me, and I was like, having to explain to them, it was like happy tears, it was like relief tears. So I was finally allowing the universe to hold me. I was finally allowing myself to be authentic to the level that I can be today and say, I'm scared. I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't know how things are going to turn around, and I'm tired and I'm exhausted and I need help. And literally within the space of a few minutes of that happening, and then me checking my emails, more clients are coming in now, which is fantastic, because my programs are like the Birkin bag of coaching solutions. They are beyond incredible. And the support that I have from this lady in Australia, I phoned her up, and I literally was having these silent tears. I was like, chin wobbling, telling her what had happened. I was like, I feel like I've done this massive release this week of being able to speak my truth to her, because I finally felt like I could trust. And so I literally just downloaded kind of everything to this lovely lady. And she was like, right, this is where we start. This is now you've learnt to trust me. This is where we start now. And I've been having so much horrendous tension. I mean, there's still some tension there, but it was so painful. And this morning, I just woke up and I just thought the only thing that matters right now is now. Is the now. The past, it doesn't matter. It never did. The future, it's unwritten, because I'm the script writer of my life. So all I can do is focus on where I am right now. I can't control the future that hasn't happened yet, but I can control the now and what I think about what I want for the future in the now. So I gave myself a lie-in. I needed it, and I was, oh my goodness, I didn't get out of bed till about 9 o'clock. I had a coffee. I went to San Antonio to pick up loads of more notepads because of clients coming in, and so I can make loads of notes for them, so I can keep doing lots of my scripting, because it's really helping me actually remain aligned. And I had a lot. It was just lovely. It was just such a lovely morning. And then I went to Cala Glacianata, and I'm really loving that Cala actually, and sat in the rocks and went for some lovely swims, jumped off the rocks, and it was just wonderful. And I'm going out in 50 minutes, so I need to go and get myself ready. But I just gave myself today, whilst I still focused on the story of what it is I want, because I've made the decision, and whether you have a wobble or not, or whether you have an upset or not, whether you're feeling scared to let go of that old version of you or not, it doesn't matter. You've made the decision of what it is that you want. This is what you want. You haven't contradicted the decision. All that's happened is you've had an upset feeling within you that's made you feel like you're wobbling, but that's all. But you haven't changed the decision. So don't think anything's ruined, because it's not. You've made the decision. You want to be with that person. You want that career. You want that business model. You want that body. You want. It doesn't matter what's going on in here. You've made the decision. That's what you want. And so when we face these emotions head on and go, I see you. It's like with anxiety as well. The easiest way to stop anxiety from controlling you, when you know it's there, obviously, is literally to just look at it and just say, I see you. I see you trying to control me. I see you trying to make me feel very uncomfortable. I'm just going to watch you. It's like you can separate yourself from it. The other thing that I would do with anxiety is I would literally just, look at my watch, go, right, okay, anxiety, I've got a really, really good day ahead of me. I'm going to give you 5 minutes of my time. 5 minutes, that's all, 5 minutes. And then we're done. I'm going to get on with my day. And that's it, boom. And I would literally start the timer and just go, it would just dissipate. Because it hasn't got the power over you, because you're not giving it the power over you. And so me saying fear, actually, yeah, I am scared. By me facing it, it's like, what's fear going to do to that? It's like, oh, fuck, shit. She just admitted that we're scaring her. Now what? It's lost its power over me. My body's feeling better. I'm feeling lighter, calmer, more held, more open to being held. With love interests, with friends, and more open to being able to hold maybe clients even more deeply, or maybe I'm going to attract the right clients now even more because I'm now allowing myself to be held. They can come to me now knowing that I can hold them in a way that they need, because now I'm having that being heldness in the way that I need. What we become, we attract. So who knows? So I need to get in the shower because I stink. I don't stink, but I'm sweaty as. If you're ready to start your healing journey, there's so many options I've got. The deep-rooted healing journey. You've got the Be Love program, which uncovers the emotions. You have the Healed Heart Blueprint, which goes straight to the inner child, what the inner child's holding out, so we can get you out of the waiting room. So what I've done as well, so I kind of combined like the Be Love stuff with the Healed Heart Blueprint, and I go, right, and then obviously the Radiate Confidence as well, because I am confident, but I combine it all. So I kind of go through the emotions through the Be Love, and then I go through the Healed Heart Blueprint. I check in on my inner child and just say, look, there's nothing to be scared of anymore. We've faced it. Fear can't scare us anymore, because we've said, you're scaring me. I know that you're there and I am scared. Yes, now what? Now what are you going to do? So when I'm holding my inner child, and I say inner child because they're at different ages that I have them come to me, and they are feeling very held by me because I hold them very dearly. And then I could just see myself again, leaving the waiting room again, the waiting room called fear. I've had the waiting room called not being chosen. I've had the waiting room called not being enoughness. And now we're in the waiting room of fear. No, I stand up. I see myself leaving the waiting room of fear. Fear is not controlling me. I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not allowing fear to control my thoughts of what should or shouldn't be happening. I'm remaining faithful to what I want. I stepped out of the waiting room of fear and I walked into Natalie's throne, and it would be your name and then the throne. That's the throne, the one that you belong, what all your desires are. We open that door and boom. And there, everyone's there going, we want to hold you. We want to be held by you, because now you can hold yourself. Clients, a specific person, money is now like, now you can hold, now you're allowing yourself to be held. I know that you can hold me. Abundance, money, prosperity, the business model can now hold me, because I'm now allowing it to hold me rather than controlling the trajectory of it. I hope that will make sense. Anyway, like I said, I have to go. So there's the Be Love, the Healed Heart Blueprint, the Breakthrough Journey, the Ultimate Arrival, which is the pinnacle. It's the biggest program, the biggest one that I have. But all of them come with upgraded options of you being able to have time with me. And if you're unsure which one, then just DM me on here, wherever here is, YouTube, So YouTube, you can email me or DM me on Insta. Insta, you can DM me on Insta. TikTok, you can DM me on TikTok. And let's have a conversation to get you the right solution if you're not quite sure. Or go ahead and invest. Links are below or in my bio. Spiritual ascensions aren't easy. We're really facing stuff that we don't feel safe to face. But once we face it head on, it's incredible. You're going to see this tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to be Monday the 6th, because I now have to get ready to go out. So I will upload this for you guys for tomorrow. And yeah, if you have any comments, it'd be lovely to hear from you. So you take care, send you so much love. And as always, you guys, I will be back very soon. With love from Ibiza.